Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to the Vinny and Ounce show where anything goes. Andre and I have been thinking about this show for so long, and this is our first show. Let's just get this right off the bat here, right off the bat, right out of the way. And we are just coming out here to tell our beautiful audience, friends, and family that we are going to be coming on the Vinny Noun Show, episode 1, followed by episode 2, and so on and so forth. We may have guests. It might just be Andre and I, and or it just might be one of us. But this is the show where anything goes. Definitely, it's all raw, unscripted. So what you see is what you see. There's no filter. We don't have no makeup artists today.
No.
This is who we are. So I am super excited, and I want to thank this fine specimen of a human soul. Che bella, vedi che bellezza, guarda.
Represent.
That's
Represent Michael
you know,
Jordan.
he supports my ideas, I support his ideas, and here we are in our studio. This is real TV. Will never die. Andrea.
You could keep us down, but not for long. Thank you, Vince. I appreciate it. As always, I appreciate you. We also appreciate our new founding member who's behind the scenes today, helping things out. Thank
Love
you
you,
very
buddy.
much, Robbie. Okay, he's come on board. He's fit right in. He's just a wonderful guy all around. So we really want to thank him as well. And like Vince said, like Vinny said, this is our show. Anything goes. Who knows? We don't. You don't. So we'll figure this out together. We'll learn together. We'll grow together. And this is an opportunity for us, too, to try and improve ourselves. We're in a new studio. We're kind of revamping and coming up with new ideas. But one thing we always wanted to do, which is what we're doing right now, is the Vinny Announce Show, right? And there's going to be some variety, right?
Variety.
There's a variety, which means there's a lot of different things that might be happening. Like Vinny said, we might have a guest. We might not. It might be me. It might be him. We might be dancing. Hint, hint.
You never
So
know.
you never know. Anything goes, right? Anything goes. And we're taking requests. We're taking requests, right?
Absolutely.
So some of our viewers out there, they're familiar with us. They know what we can do, what we can't do. If you have any requests on anything you guys want us to talk about, so what are some of the things we might be talking about, Vinny?
Well, we might be talking about everything. So something that I would love to be talking about is the meaning and the purpose of your life. I've been on this quest. I know nobody really has the answers. I don't care how many books and audios you read. You could get closer to finding out. But I think the human mind is so interesting. So I'm definitely going to be talking about that. What's something that you're going to be talking about?
Well, I know Vince loves to explore that part of like life and wellness, and I think that's fantastic. So that's amazing. Personally, I might get into some politics, some religion, a little bit of controversy. There's a lot of things going on in the world right now, and I think we can all agree. Some may be negative, positive, if those are the terms you like using. It's polarizing stuff, right? So we're going to have a view that's a little bit more down the middle, right? Kind of on the fence, not leaning one way or the other. I think it's fair to have constructive discourse with people, conversations. That's the kind of thing we want to do here. We're not knocking anybody's opinion. I think the idea here is we want everybody to be able to know that their opinion's valued. Everyone can disagree. That's okay. Disagreeing, everyone. It's okay to disagree with people, right? The only thing you don't want to do is like hurt them physically, like violence. Let's leave the violence out. And violence doesn't mean physical either. Violence can mean with words. Absolutely. I think a lot of people are caught up in this free speech thing, which is great. We should have free speech, but I think there needs to be some boundaries on what you're saying, right? Absolutely. So free speech doesn't mean you can go around saying whatever the hell you want. Of course. I think there are some boundaries and we need to respect that with people. So those are some of the things I want to tackle. And then one thing I love a lot, I'm repping right here, is sports. I'm a big sports guy. So I'll be talking about some sports, here and there. I won't take up too much time with sports because I know not everyone's interested. But for those of you that are passionate about it, just like myself, we'll have some juicy talk. And that's it. And then we'll have some guests, some interesting people.
Absolutely.
If you're an artist and you're looking to get yourself on a platform, please reach out to us. You can direct message on Instagram.
Yep.
Or if you want to just send us a text message, we're going to put our cell phones at the bottom. No, we're not going to do that.
We're not going to do
why
that.
would we
Who
do
would
that?
give our information, Andre? Man,
No. But anyway, guys, but don't forget, right? Like, subscribe, support in that manner. We're not out here asking people for money and all that kind of stuff. Money's great, and maybe somewhere down the line we can get to a point where our videos warrant earning some money.
Of course.
But I think we're willing to sort of sacrifice and learn, and hopefully get to a point where we're entertaining people enough that it actually justifies.
Absolutely, Andrea. That's well said. And there you have it. We're going to talk a little bit about everything. We're probably going to be getting a lot of guests that have a voice, and mainly Andrea and I are actually, it's hard to say, we're nice guys, because unless you really know someone, you really don't know. But
it's true.
We just want to tell everybody that we're good-hearted people, and we're doing this because of the passion. We love to talk to people and learn from people. So as a guest is on the show, we're not necessarily just saying, okay, promote. This is good. We're trying to help your business, but we also want to learn from your business. So if there's a takeaway on that, that's amazing. And that's what we want to do too. So if you're on the show, we're definitely going to help you get out there and promote your business for sure. But we're going to be talking about some hot topics. That's why if you guys have an area of your life, we are not experts. We're not doctors. Well, I'm not a doctor, unless Andrea has some secret,
I'm a doctor of love.
A doctor of love. Me too. I'm a doctor of
Yeah,
love. I love you so much, Binds. I love you.
My God.
Oh my God. So you could DM us, and we will be sure to look at every single DM, because there's a lot of people on social media that you ask them a question and then they just don't even get to your question. And I get it, you're popular and you probably have other people, looking at your accounts. But I think that if somebody's willing to go out of their way to put in the energy to ask you a question, at least respond and say, we can't answer your question.
Yes.
Have someone, just as much as you're hiring someone to take care of your socials, hire someone to respond back and say, look, we're not going to answer that because we don't have any time. It's all good. But don't just leave people hanging.
Yeah, it's important to engage with people. Yeah,
those people have been supporting you, and they got you where you are because of them. Don't forget that. So what I'm saying is, we will answer all the questions. Your answers might not be, your questions rather might not be answered on the show, because if we have a lot and we're overwhelmed, but we will definitely try to get to as many as we can.
And if we can't answer them, we'll hopefully find people on our show, guests or experts that aren't, in their fields, in their respective fields, whatever they might be, to provide you some better direction.
That's right.
Like Vinny said, we're not doctors, we're not experts. We're two guys that have had a lot of life experience, and I think it's fair to say that it's okay to give your opinion to people if you feel like you're doing it in an honest, genuine manner, right? We're not doing it to suggest this is what you should be doing, or this is how you should live your life. To each their own. At the end of the day, to each their own.
Absolutely.
But we just want to provide you with a source of information, right? And then you choose how you want to engage with us, right? Or with our channel. But just don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe, like, and share. So I would like to just talk about this, and then we'll kind of wrap it up. This is something that hopefully is a takeaway for you guys. But what better way to start our show, our first episode on the Vinny and Alan show, which I know is going to be so juice, because we're going to do all kinds of stuff. And we are not afraid to be vulnerable and get in front of the camera, because that's who we are. We're entertainers. However, what I want to know is this. No, what I want to tell everybody is this. If you ever had, and then Andrea could to add to this, if you ever had something that you wanted to do and people are knocking you down, I've heard this a lot, and I'm going to get to my point. I know my stories take so long, but I'm going to try my best. And they say you're either too old, you're not good looking enough, you don't have the skills, you don't have the talent, you don't have the money, you don't have the network, and it discourages you. I'm not going to give you something that's going to answer that, because I don't know the answer. But what I could tell you is this: stay away from those people, straight out. I'll tell you why. Just because they're not willing to change their life, they don't want to see you succeed. I'm going to be straight out with you guys. So surround yourself, first of all, with positive people that are encouraging. Now, if somebody, means well, and obviously they don't want you to go lose your home and, go gamble your money away, I get it. But no one should tell you you can't do something, because I think everything is possible. Andrea knows me well enough that I think everything is possible. There's no such thing as, oh, it's not possible, because every single thing that we have in this life started with a thought. Really take that in. Started with a thought that now became something that you're using. So there's no such thing as a stupid idea. Now, if Andrea and I never really loved this is getting back to the passion. We're not super billionaires yet. And I say that because as wealth comes and abundance comes into our life, we are going to give back. That's just the type of people that we are. So I do not want to discourage money or abundance, because I always say money is not a bad thing. It's just a note. It makes a good man better and a bad man worse, straight out. So if Andrea and I were really doing this for the wrong reasons, we wouldn't be here right now. We started this, we were good buds in high school. We got all kinds of stuff in high school. We did variety shows. We really loved the theater and the film industry, and we just kept doing it. We kept doing it, and we kept making people laugh and ourselves, and we enjoyed the process. Then life gets in the way. But if Andrea and I were really not meant to do this, to be here in front of this camera speaking to you, we wouldn't be here. We literally did not see each other for a decade of our lives.
I'd say at least a decade,
if
not more. And what happened in that decade? So much, right? You started a family, and I started a family, careers. You started a career. I started a career. That's what you want to call them.
Yeah.
Right. But we somehow, the paths, they came back. They collided again, right? Exactly. They collided. And it's like that's what the world is. Like, the world's chaotic, right? There's so much chaos. But if you can find that balance, right? That whether it's an individual like myself and Vince, we kind of collided, but yet there's a balance. When we came back together, there wasn't this chaos, right? The chaos was life every day, working, every day doing the same routine, trying to fulfill your family obligations and other interests you might have, and then just a social life, trying to get off some steam. But somehow we came back together, and it's like all the atoms just started fitting again, and started aligning and started slowing down, and
absolutely
things started to make sense about, when you explained to me what you were trying to pursue, and I was telling you what I was involved in. And then lo and behold, there came Jack's Chair. For those of you that are familiar with our work, Jack's Chair came out of that. And then Modern Italian Family, and then we had the Actors Garage, and This Is Real TV, which is what we're pursuing now. So there's a lot going on. And look, we're the first to admit we don't have it figured out. And I think it's okay to admit that, because part of the fun is that whole journey of figuring things out. Whatever industry you might be in, right? Like, if you're a photographer, if you're a florist, if you're an electrician in construction, whatever, a lawyer, architect, there's a journey to what you're involved in. And when you can be with like-minded people, like Vince said, people that are positive, it just makes it all make sense. And sometimes, depending on what your idea of success is, and we've talked about this before too, it all depends on what your idea of success is. If your idea of success is finance, dollar signs in your bank account, and that's what you're able to achieve, by all means, God bless, you achieved it. That's your idea of success. But I think what we're trying to pursue is something a little more meaningful and more about stories we want to tell and characters we want to we've created that we want to, show people. But anyway, I'm going off track. I'll bring it back.
This is all good. This is all good energy.
But yeah, and again, I want to thank you, because we're continuing to push forward. And, like Vince said, sometimes we may not know exactly where we're going, but we're trying our best to figure it out. And we want you guys to come along for the ride, and we want to be able to make it a fun ride. So stick around.
Well said, Andrea. Well said. Now, this is probably, the first video that we're just explaining, a little bit about us. We could be here for the next 3 years talking about Andrea and I's journey, but I think everybody has a story. My message to everybody today is this, is find something that you love to do. whether you do it as a side thing, whether you want to pursue it full time, whether it's a hobby, just find, because I think that if something does not fulfill you, what the heck are you doing? 9 to 5, you go home, you do the same routine. Are you living to die or are you living to live? Like, I know it's hard to get out of the rat race, but just being here after work because we have jobs, we have to pay the mortgage and sustain ourselves, but we find the time, we look forward to meeting and doing podcasts and film, as artists. Just find something to do, guys. Find what really excites you. And if you don't know what that is, this is the best way that I can interpret it. Find something that excites you with the least amount of resistance. That's what you should be doing. Because right now, I don't feel tired. I feel good. I'm here. I want to do this. It's not dreadful, so I know that this is what we should be doing. And if we can inspire other artists that come on our platform and maybe we could collab with them, it's going to be amazing. But what I really wanted to say, I know I got off track, is that we're going to be testing our own limits as actors, because Andrea's amazing. He has many talents. He's an editor, he's a producer, he's a director, and he's so funny. I love this guy. You better than me. And I always feel that we should be doing more of that. But sometimes you're afraid because you're like, oh, is it good? Is it not good? So forget about overthinking, guys. Part of the process is making mistakes. That's why this is raw. We're not going to edit. Everything's taped live here. We're just switching and then, it's uploaded and that's it. There's no special effects. So moving forward, and this is probably our only longest video. I think moving forward, Andrea, and Andrea's going to give you his spiel on this, is we're going to put ourselves out there. So if you want to see something and you want Andrea and I to act it out, we're going to do it. We're going to have different characters. We're going to bring back all our tricks and gimmicks from high school and all our sayings, like, it's a good one. If you do the bad, please. That may be only funny to us, but it doesn't matter, guys. When a comedian can laugh at his own jokes, that's the beauty of being a comic, right? But I think laughter is the best medicine, and that's why Andrea and I look so young. We're not going to tell you our age, but we're in our 40s. But I'm just saying, I see some people our age, and I don't want to mention any names, and I'm not saying that to put them down, but they look so stressed and they look aged because I could tell that they're not happy, they're not fulfilled in their life. So, and I feel bad because I want everybody to be happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this makes us happy. And what's going to make us even more happy is if you guys just subscribe to This Is Real TV, REEL, and just follow us on our socials. And again, we are open to hear all your comments. Whatever you want us to do now, within the means, of course. We don't want to, hurt anybody or be offensive. But I mean, I wouldn't even say be offensive. We're willing to try, because nowadays everybody gets offended on anything.
Yeah, I think you can challenge, right?
You
can
know,
challenge
we're gonna push a little bit. But anyway, I'm wrapped. Andrea, take it home. And I love you guys. I love this guy. I love Robbie. Thank you so much, because this wouldn't be possible without support, guys. So surround yourself with amazing people, because I'm all about energy. I strongly believe that if you're around supportive, energetic people, I always say, if you want an amazing lifestyle, hang around the top 5 people you hang around with. That's most likely going to be your lifestyle. So choose your friends and family wisely. I mean, I know sometimes you can't get rid of your family, but you could choose how much time you talk to them, because sometimes I promise, this is the last thing I'm going to say, is when people say the expression, oh, family is blood. Yes, family is, but blood is thicker than water. Yes. I think that expression has to be altered. And I don't want to get too much into it. Blood makes you family, but it doesn't make them loyal. Remember that. Because I have a lot of friends that, unfortunately, not very fortunate, I'm fortunate that I respect them more than family, because they're just there more. So just because you're related, it doesn't necessarily mean you owe your family members and you got to put them on a pedestal. Just saying.
I don't disagree.
I love you, Andrea. Take it home.
Well, I don't know how to follow that. I'll make an attempt, and hopefully it's adequate. But no, I completely agree. Like, I know it's a cheap thing to say. What do they say about friends are the family you choose, right? But you know, when you break down a lot of those cheap cliche sayings that we're used to, you know, because we overuse words and we overuse things, we take away the meaning. But that's meaningful. Like there's something true about that, right?
Yeah.
Like you do choose to spend time with people, right? Like
Absolutely.
you know, you might have colleagues at work, right, that you may not love, right? But you don't get to choose to spend the time with them. It's part of your job. You got to be with them, and you be respectful, and that's all good. And I think sometimes that's where we end up with family, where we just it's respect, right? But would you choose to spend your time with that individual, right? And I think that's what the difference is here, right?
Absolutely.
We choose this. We work long hours. We work full-time jobs, and we're not playing a violin by any means. Like I love my job. I respect the company I work for, and I'll continue to put everything I have for that, and you know, until the day whatever happens, right? But at the same time, we choose to be here. Like we're here after hours. You know, yeah, we're doing this video right now, but we spend hours trying to figure out how do we need this place to look? How should we put the lights? And we're not even sure we got it right. We probably did it. But the whole point is we got to a point where we felt, hey, man, like we made a step forward. And part of that is making this video. And the next step is making another video. And maybe the lighting changes. Absolutely. Maybe the set changes. Maybe we have more cameras. Hint, hint. Right? And that's the whole idea. It's growth. And I think you should grow in your professional life. You should grow in your life personally, with your family, and with your friends too, right? But Vince, honestly, I can't really say much more than you said. Just to remind our viewers that, you know, continue to support. Please like and subscribe. I know we keep repeating that, but just continue to do that. It'll give us an opportunity to feel motivated to continue to put out these videos. But and you know, either way, I think we're going to continue to put out the videos.
Absolutely.
Whether we get 1 view or we get, you know, that grand 1 million view, or maybe we should start with 100 and go by hundreds. I don't know, but you know, that's the end goal. And we're going to continue to do other projects. I remind everyone, this is Real TV, full production company. Photo, video needs, your corporate promotional video, music video. If you're interested in doing a podcast and you need someone to help you with that, we have the equipment to do so. So please reach out. Like we're more than happy to help people. And we're just going to continue to do this, guys. And you know what? Anyone that's out there, everybody that's out there, that like Vince said, if you have something more that you want to pursue, don't let people hold you back, man. And do surround yourself with people that are going to be encouraging and constructive, right? It's important too. I think it's easy to say, oh, just be around people that are going to tell you you're the best. You don't want that either, right? You want honest, constructive people that are going to give you feedback that's going to allow you to become a better artist or whatever it is you're involved in. You know, be careful who you surround yourself with. I think that's important because sometimes people have different motives, so be very careful. And reach out to us if you need help, or if there's a project you want to work on. We do collaborations. So everyone, thank you for watching. Vince, thank you so much. I love you, buddy. You know how much I love and respect you. Just your energy alone, continuing to push forward, is a character trait in itself that I wish everybody had. A lot of people tend to go forward and then take steps back, and sometimes you got to reevaluate. But I think the important thing is we see a light somewhere at the end of the tunnel, and we're trying to make our way towards that light. And hopefully, you guys come along for the ride, and we can all enjoy it together, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I just want to say one more thing.
Wrap it up, buddy.
And I want to get close to the camera. I just want to say this because it's very, very important. And I'm going to try to, you know, because this is a deep thought here. I just want to say that without the man behind the equipment, Mr. Robbie, thank you for coming on board, and Andrea, that I've known forever, I wouldn't even be able to do this. I mean, I probably could have did.
Okay, that's goodish English.
I don't have a problem. You could do things on your own, of course, because sometimes when you rely on people, it becomes like so dreadful because, you know, they do it with, you know, not the best interest. And I'm like that. If I know that somebody doesn't have good intentions helping me, that's why I hardly ask for help. But I'll start with Andrea. Andrea's been there from the beginning, and I just want to say thank you so much, because he's always, even if some of the ideas were like, oh, Vinny, man, you have 4 million ideas, he's always said, okay, let's roll. So I just want to take this time to say thank you so much. I know you, I know your whole family, like I treat them like my own. And that's so important, and I'm so grateful for that. And the new addition to our team, Robbie, thank you very much, because it's important for everybody to know that without a great team, you have nothing. Because and I take it in business as well. A lot of business owners treat their employees like shit, guys. And I always say treat your employees amazing, because you want them to work better, and you want them to know that when they're working for a company that respects them and honors them and is happy and fun, that's who I want to work for. So you have a decision who you want to work for. And I love, and I don't even consider anybody a boss or an employee. We're all here working together because we love doing this. So thank you guys so much. Thanks to God, and of course, waking me up every day to try to find out my purpose, because you guys know I'm on a huge mission, and I'm gonna find it. I think I'm getting closer. But I think by just trying and trying and trying, you are gonna get closer. So don't ever give up on your dreams. Andrea, thank you once again, brother. Love you. And enough of all this soft talk. Get ready for episode 2, because we're gonna come back and rock you guys with Vinny and Ounce Show. All right, brother. Chill, buddy.
Good stuff, buddy. That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Try.
Try. Cheers. Well done, Robbie. Well done, buddy.
Mm.